Hello everyone, I'm back here making another combo video for Red Dragon Archfiend. This is gonna be another one card combo. Last time I showed you guys how to use Crimson Dragon with the Centurion engine as well as the Bestial engine using Branded Etude. That card would let us summon Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon on our opponent's turn, which is fantastic. One of the biggest issues with Red Dragon Archfiend specifically is Red Rising Dragon. Whenever you summon this card in your combo and you activate that monster's effect, the only thing that you can summon from the extra deck for the whole turn is Dark Dragon Synchro. Now while Red Rising Dragon is a really strong effect, it does really suck to miss out on cards like Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Baron de Fleur, and Crimson Dragon. This is why cards like Branded Etude and the Centurion cards are so strong. Those cards let you synchro summon on the opponent's turn, so you don't have to worry about getting locked out of the extra deck. Now while those cards are very strong and it does make synchro summoning on the opponent's turn very good, one engine that I do really like that no one else uses is the Labyrinth engine. I think some cards like Eradicator and Devastation Virus are some of the strongest cards in the game, and the fact that the Labyrinth engine has access to them whenever they want is amazing. I uploaded a 2-card combo before showing you how to do this, but I really didn't think it was too optimal. The reason why is because I think with the new support you could actually do this with one card. Cards such as Power Vice Dragon, Darkness Resonator, and the new Crimson King are great for card economy. Those cards are very easy to summon and get access to them in any point of the combo, as well as getting cards like Crimson Resonator and Red Rising Dragon. Ever since I saw these new cards and I started using them in a combo, I was pretty sure I could get access to Eradicator with only one card. After trying out some new combo lines, I can confirm you can actually do this with only one card. The best thing about this combo too is I don't even have to play Arion anymore. Arion was always kind of bricky and I didn't like that card, but I always had to use it. Now you don't have to play Arion, you can just play Lilith directly. The reason why I had to play Arion before is because it was a level 4 card while Lilith was only level 3. This was a really big issue because you only had a level 2 tuner on the field, so you needed a level 4 fiend. With the new support now, you have a lot of different levels for the Resonator monsters on the field as well as a lot of level modulation. Now I don't have to worry about getting a level 4 monster on the field, I can just use Lilith who's level 3. This just makes the combo so much better. So like I said, this is going to be a 1-card combo that either gets you Eradicator or Devastation Virus. The only card that you need in your hand is either Power Vice Dragon or Crimson Gaia. It doesn't really matter which one you start with, and I'll explain why when we get to that point of the combo. So you're going to start this combo off by activating Crimson Gaia. This will let you get a search for Power Vice Dragon, but if you already have Power Vice Dragon in your hand, you can just summon the card. Power Vice Dragon can be special summoned from the hand if you control no other monsters. Also, when this card is special summoned, you get to add a Resonator monster from your deck to your hand. You're also locked into Dark Synchros for the rest of this turn. We're gonna search another new card who's Darkness Resonator. You can reveal a Red Dragon Archfiend in your extra deck to special summon this card from your hand. You're gonna take your Darkness Resonator and your Power Vice Dragon to summon the Crimson King. Pretty much all the new Red Dragon Archfiend combos start at this point. The reason why is that Power Vice Dragon is so efficient, and this card is a really good starter, but it's a pretty awful extender. Off the effect of the Crimson King, you're gonna add any card that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend from your deck to your hand. Now this is the point why it doesn't matter if you started with Crimson Gaia. I didn't start with Crimson Gaia, so I can get a search for Crimson Gaia. What that card does is to let you add any card from your deck or grave to your hand that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. Now if you started with Crimson Gaia, what you're going to do off Crimson King is just search Soul Resonator directly. We're going to use the extra normal summon that we got off Darkness Resonator to summon Soul Resonator. We're going to get a search for Bone Archfiend. Now normally here in another combo I showed you, you would normal summon the Bone Archfiend off your regular normal summon. However, what we have to do instead is activate the effect of Bone Archfiend. You can summon this card from your hand or grave if you send another card from your hand or field to the grave. We're going to send the Crimson King from our field to the grave, and it has to be Crimson King. Now Bone Archfiend has another effect where you get to target a monster you control that has a level. You either increase that monster's level by 1 or decrease it, but you also get to send a Fiend Tuner monster from your deck to the grave. You're going to take Soul Resonator and Bone Archfiend to summon Red Rising Dragon. We're going to bring back Crimson Resonator, and this is why it's so important that you got rid of Crimson King. Crimson Resonator has an effect if you control exactly only one Dark Dragon Synchro, you get to summon 2 Resonator monsters from your deck. This is why you have to get rid of Crimson King. If you control Crimson King and Red Rising Dragon, you can't use the effect of Crimson Resonator. Now from our deck, we're going to summon Vision Resonator and Synchron Resonator. Now you're going to take Synchron Resonator and Red Rising Dragon to summon Crimson Blade Dragon. Synchron Resonator in your grave will let you get a Resonator monster back, so you're going to get back your Soul Resonator. It's very important here that you keep Darkness Resonator in your grave. The effect of Crimson Blade Dragon will activate here to get you a search for Lubellion and send the card from your hand to the grave. This will let you get a search for Bestial Magnemite. We're going to activate Magnemite Magnum's effect by banishing Darkness Resonator from our grave. This is why you have to keep Darkness Resonator in the grave. If you got back Darkness Resonator here, then you wouldn't be able to banish Soul Resonator because it's not a dark monster. Now you're going to take your Vision Resonator and your Magnumut so you can summon Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend. The effect of Vision Resonator will activate here to get you a search for Crimson Call. You're going to activate Crimson Call. Normally here you'd have to add a level 4 or lower Fiend monster from your grave to your hand, but because we control Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend, so now we get to add that monster from our deck to our hand instead. This is how we're going to get a search for Lilith. Now you're going to normal summon Lilith. You're going to use the effect of Lilith to tribute your Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend. This will either let you get Eradicator or Deck Devi. So now off the effect of Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend, it's going to summon the regular Red Dragon Archfiend from our extra deck. We're going to activate the effect of Bestial Lubellion and tribute the Red Dragon Archfiend. This will summon the card from the grave. Now we're going to activate the effect of Bestial Lubellion. We get to put any branded continuous spell or trap from our deck to our face-up spell and trap zone. We're going to get branded Etude. This is the card that will let you synchro summon on the opponent's turn if you use a dragon monster as material. So now we're going to take our Lubellion and our Crimson Resonator so we can summon Bestial Disbatter. What this card can do is target a banished light or dark monster and summon it to your field. This is why it's incredibly important that you banish Darkness Resonator and not Synchron Resonator. Darkness Resonator is a level 3 and we need that card's level along with Lilith so we can summon another Red Rising Dragon. You're going to take Synchron Resonator and Red Rising Dragon to summon Zeren the Chainbound Dragon. Now the effect of Synchron Resonator in the grave will let us add a Resonator monster from our grave to our hand. We're going to add back Vision Resonator, and because we haven't summoned this card with its own effect, we can actually do that. If you have a level 5 or higher dark monster on the field, you can special summon Vision Resonator from your hand. Now we're going to end our turn, and during the end phase, Bestial Magnuma will let us add a dragon monster from our deck to our hand. So now as soon as your opponent's turn starts, you're going to activate Deck Devi and tribute your Bestial Disbatter. So now you get to look at your opponent's hand and destroy all monsters in their hand and on their field that have 1500 or more attack. You also get to check every card they draw until the end phase after the third turn when this card was activated. Deck Devi is really strong because pretty much every deck in the metagame needs to use weak attack monsters in order to access the higher attack monsters that do something. Some people like to wait when your opponent summons the monster, but I think it's a lot better to activate it immediately. One of the most important things about Eradicator and Deck Devi is the knowledge of your opponent's hand. You also get to check if your opponent has board breaker cards like Dark Ruler No More. So if your opponent doesn't have Dark Ruler No More, what you can do is activate the effect of Branded A2 to synchro summon on the opponent's turn. You're going to take Vision Resonator and you're going to take your Crimson Blade Dragon and summon Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. It's very important to synchro summon on the opponent's turn because if they did have Dark Ruler No More, they're going to activate that card and then you would chain Branded A2 to it. Then the effect of Zeren would activate to negate the Dark Ruler No More. This basically means whether or not your opponent had Dark Ruler No More, you always had a way to stop it if they did. On top of that, sending Vision Resonator to the grave on the opponent's turn to synchro summon means you get another search. The card that I'm going to add here is Fiendish Golem. This card isn't really all that great, but it's better than Red Zone because we won't be able to make use of that card. We don't have a monster that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend on the field, so we can't destroy a card. Fiendish Golem is not really that great of a card either, but it's okay. What this card does is you banish a monster on the field that has 2000 or more attack until the next end phase. Like I said, this card isn't that great, but it's not terrible either. I think this is pretty good for a one card combo. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one, take care, and I'll be back with more Red Dragon Archfiend combos later because I'm really enjoying playing this deck.